Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Gurudev, everyone. So, you are welcome to today's IDC class. In our last class, that is lesson 10, we talked about Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. And there we talk about methods of Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. We talked about the importance of Vapu Seva. We talked about behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru, inquiring from the Guru, and the importance of Guru Vani Seva. And we compare the two. Then we talk about appropriate behaviors, and we read it in the student handbook, and we went ahead and eventually concluded that this ISKCON is a big family, and if you have your father is like your connection to the big family. So to the degree you respect your father, you should also respect your father's brothers and all the members of the family. Otherwise, you will not be happy, because if you only respect your father and you disrespect the brother person, it is not healthy. So how to do that? The same respect you give to your guru, give to your guru's god brothers also, and other devotees. You see? And we talk about the importance of Vaishnava etiquettes, how the Vaishnava etiquettes are the ornaments of a devotee, and how we should practice those Vaishnava etiquettes. Your devotional service is measured by how much you put into practice the Vaishnava etiquettes. They are the ornaments of a devotee. And we say the Vaishnava etiquettes are like a fence. You have in the house of devotional service, then you make a fence. The Vaishnava etiquettes are the fence that will secure you from external influence. You see, when you are insulated, when you are supported by the Vaishnava etiquette, when you wear the jacket of Vaishnava etiquette, then external influences cannot penetrate you. So individually, we are expected to wear the garment of Vaishnava etiquette, or put the fence of Vaishnava etiquette and live within that fence, so that unwanted things will not reach you. Very important. And see, we should give up challenging spirits when we are inquiring from the spiritual master. We should inquire submissively. That's why I say pranipata and paris prasnena. Submissive inquiries and seva. Then we talked about how to make inquiries relevant. Make relevant inquiries. You should inquire. You should ask questions based on your level of advancement in Krishna consciousness, so that your questions will be relevant. You cannot be in primary six and you are asking questions about calculus. No, you should make do with simultaneous equations, quadratics, in your JSS. We don't bother too much about polynomials and calculus or dy dx. No. When you get there, they are waiting for you. A teacher is assigned. You have to reach a certain level before they can start to teach you, because there are some things they'll be referring to that you're supposed to know before you get there, and that will help you to comprehend. So you should make inquiries based on your level of evolution in consciousness. Don't bother about how the gopis dance, who is the friend of, where is the relationship of Balaram to Radharani, all those kind of questions. They are not necessary now. Make inquiries that will reflect that you are willing to make advancements and you are willing to put into practice the basic instructions given by the Guru, how you can go deeper into practicing them. Those are the questions you should be asking. So relevant inquiries. That if Vani and Vapu are both important, but Vani is more important. Vapu means serving the physical presence of the Guru, the physical presence of the Guru. When the Guru comes, you go and wash his clothes, you go and buy things for him, clean his room, and do many things physically in the service. That is also very good. But better than that is to carry out the instructions of the Guru. That we make reference to Bhagavad Gita. It was spoken 5,000 years to Arjuna. That up to today we are benefiting from it. We are associating with the Vani, the instructions given the Bhagavad Gita. Then you get the same effect that Arjuna got. Those who practice it with sincerity and intensity, they get the same results as Arjuna. So, therefore, the instructions last eternally. They don't even die when the body dies. The instructions remain. So the Prabhupada is gone, but his instructions are still remaining. So we should be more attached to the instructions of the Guru. We talk all that. Therefore, Vani is more important that those who are into physical services, they are compared to a bug. A bug. The bug or bed bug can sit on the lap of the king. But what it does is to suck the blood of the king. So going to the physical presence, very close to the Guru, anywhere he looks, it is you. It is a neophyte mentality, parade of neophyte mentality, exhibition of neophyte mentality. It is necessary, but you do it moderately and go and carry out the instructions. Pia said, go and do Arena Sankirtan, distribute books, go and do certain, try to implement those things, then your connection will be solid. Okay, so we talked all that the bird bug sit on the lap of the king only to suck his blood. Mosquito come, sit on the lap of the king only to suck his blood. We don't want to become mosquito disciples or bird bug disciples. We should be those disciples who want to carry out the instructions of the Guru to the letter. You see? And that if one is serious about following the instructions of the Guru is always with that person. As the Prabhupada gave example of how he only saw his Guru about 3 or 4 times for the whole lifetime. Yet he never felt separated from the Guru because he was keen, he was bent on carrying out the instructions of the Guru. So he always felt the presence of the Guru. Okay? And if you are carrying out the instructions of the Guru, it will transform into transcendental bliss. You will be constantly happy. Why? Because the Guru is alive in his instructions, and you are carrying out the instructions of the Guru. So you are connected to a pure devotee. That sustains you. Having said that, we come to today's lesson, which is Guru Tyaga. Guru Tyaga. Guru Tyaga. Actually, this is a topic that people do not like talking about so much, but we still have to talk about it so that we can be abreast. We should face the fact that it is a very difficult topic to handle. And there are 2 dangers in handling this topic. And one, it may make us to develop an attitude, that the existing spiritual masters that are taking care of our spiritual life sometimes can go wrong. It can make us to develop the attitude that our present spiritual masters that are taking care of our spiritual life can also go wrong. So if you have that at the back of your mind, it can affect your faith, it can affect your concentration and your determination. So it's risky. Nevertheless, we have to talk about it sparingly so that we guide ourselves or we know what to do when a situation like that occurs. You see? And that is not what we are praying for. We are not praying for that. But if in case such a situation occur, that a guru does something that it needs to be avoided altogether, then you just have to go about it. Then two, that we can become overly judgmental of pure devotees or the spiritual master. And by doing that, we bring them to the mundane, ordinary level. When we start to judge our spiritual masters overly, or our pure devotees overly, we try to bring them to the ordinary level. Oh, our spiritual master is doing the same thing ordinary people are doing. Sometimes we see him get angry like any other person. He's eating like any other person. He's sleeping. So what is very special about him? So this topic, we try to be very careful. You see. So this is a danger zone, but we are going to tread it carefully. So instead, we say what we are saying is that sometimes if a guru's behavior does not conform with the spiritual standards, if a guru does not maintain his spiritual stature, because the guru is also in a human body, and anybody that neglects the process can get attacked. As much as a general on the battlefield can get attacked by the enemies, and even the enemies will target him up because they can get the general down, then they have a chance of destabilizing the armies that are following the general. So the general needs to be protected because he's the most fired person. He's the person that the enemy is looking for. So we should be in the mood. We should not act in a way that will make things difficult for the spiritual master. But we are saying if a spiritual master happens to be doing things that shows that he's not maintaining the spiritual status as a spiritual master, then what do we do? How do we deal with such a situation? Yes, it's theoretical, but sometimes it happens. That even in the scriptures, there are some examples. Can somebody remember any example of a situation when a disciple rejects his spiritual master? This lesson is Guru Tiaga, rejection of the spiritual master. Can we remember one reference in the scripture whereby the disciple rejects his spiritual master?
Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please, can we make it Jesus Christ and Judas Iscariot? Where Judas Iscariot betrayed Jesus Christ.
Yes, that is one good example from the Christendom. Very good example. Thank you. Then in our Srimad Bhagavatam also, there was a case of Bali Maharaj who rejected his spiritual master. The spiritual master was Sukra Acharya, and Bali Maharaj wanted to surrender everything. He wanted to surrender whatever the Lord wanted in the form of Vamana. The Lord appeared as Vamana. He approached him, and it is characteristic of a king to offer whatever has been asked by a strange Brahmana after prayers. So this Brahmana came strange immediately after his midday prayers. This short dwarf Brahmana, shining with umbrella over him, wearing a brahmachari dhoti, and he came around to beg for alms. It is a short person, a dwarf, asking for 3 steps of land. The king said, "What do you want? Anything you want, I will give it to you." He said, "I don't want anything. I want only 3 steps of land." So Bali was thinking, look at it. You are truly a child. This is truly a child. You are before the king who can give you anything in this world: land, city, towns, servants, gold and diamonds and jewelries. And you're asking for 3 steps of land, short boy. You are truly a boy. You're asking for 3 steps of land, this your short legs. So you say, all what I want is 3 steps of land. I don't ask for more. When he gave him, okay, go ahead, take your 3 steps. He took the first step. The first step covered the whole Earth and the other planetary system above it and below. He took the second step. He covered up all the heavenly planets. Say, what? When he took the third one, there was nowhere to put it. So he asked the king, where do I put my third step? Because you granted me 3 steps of land. The 2 steps have covered the whole universe up and down. So where do I put my third step? If you cannot give me, that means you don't live up to your promise. That's an offense. Where do I put? Then immediately the king realized that his head was still there. Say, put it on my head. He put the third step on his head and pushed him down to the lower planets, straight. And at that time, when he was trying to give that boon to the Lord in disguise, his spiritual master saw him. He saw that this is the Lord who has disguised to come and take away everything from Bali Maharaj. So he tried to stop him from giving him the 3 steps of life. Say, no, stop. This is Vishnu who has disguised himself to come and take away everything you have. Bali Maharaj said, if Vishnu has disguised to come and ask for whatever he asks, I will give it to him. After all, everything belongs to him. So he rejected his spiritual master's instructions. And for that, the Lord took away everything. But to benedict him, the Lord himself, when he created the special planets down below the universe, then he became the gatekeeper for the planet. So the Lord did not just send him there, he went there to be his gatekeeper, just to serve him. So that is it. Bali Maharaj is a good example, crude example. And Jesus Iscariot also was a contemporary example also. So these are 2 ways. A guru can have, there are some devotees, unfortunately for them, they take a guru, somehow or the other, the guru fall. They took another one, the guru has problem with his core, and he took a third one, and that one also fell. So this kind of person now, he become confused. What do I do next? Because if I go and take another guru, it might fall also. So they start to make them to lose faith in the guru system. But sometimes it happens like that for a reason. The Lord is using that to teach everybody that don't become complacent. Whoever you are, whichever stage you are, you can fall down. So hold on to this process seriously, practice it. The medicine is there, but take the medicine for you to get the efficacy of it. Take the medicine. Chant your rounds, follow the regulatory principles. Other things will follow. Okay? Principles are there, you don't follow them. Chant your rounds, you don't chant, but you want the result. There is no shortcut like that. So principles and procedure. Okay, before then, there are 4 topics in this lesson. Principles of Guru Tyaga. 2, procedures of lodging concerns regarding Guru. 3, re-initiation. That means if the Guru has a problem, the ISKCON has provided a system whereby you can be re-initiated by another Guru. That's a provision. We discuss that. Then continuing to practice devotional service in ISKCON. These are the 4 sub-headings. So let's go straight into the principles and procedures of Guru Tyaga. And here it is there that a teacher who engages in an abominable action is fit to be abandoned. A teacher should live by example. So if a teacher engages in abominable actions, it should be avoided. that according to scriptural codes, a teacher who engages in an abominable action and has lost his sense of discrimination is fit to be abandoned. When it is obvious, when there are proven facts that this person is doing something contrary to the principles and is doing it consistently, then somebody can abandon such a guru. A disciple can abandon such a guru. Then spiritual master is liable to be rejected if he proves himself unworthy. That according to scripture, revealed scripture, a teacher or spiritual master is liable to be rejected if he proves himself unworthy of the position of a guru or spiritual master. Because the guru in our system is an acharya. Acharya means one who lives by example. For instance, if you are under a guru and every time the guru is sleeping, when others are awake from programs, the guru is sleeping. You only give his one, go and do program. Then himself is sleeping. Or a guru tells you, don't watch some kind of films, violent films, or similar, films that promote violence. And in the guru, you see him watching. He said, a guru tells you no illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, no visiting to shrine. And he is engaging in breaking these principles. It becomes very difficult because a guru is supposed to live by example. So there are cases that some gurus are found to have broken some principles. And they are not repentant and they continue to do it. So in such a situation, the guru can be rejected. There is a quotation in the student handbook. Guru api abaliptasya karya karyam ajanataha upata pratapanasya parityago vidyate. If the guru becomes attached to sense gratification, loses his sense of duty, and follows a degraded path, a path other than devotional service to the Lord, is to be rejected. No intoxication, you see a guru taking intoxication. No illicit sex, you see a guru indulging in illicit sex. No gambling, you see a guru gambling. No meat eating, you see the guru eating meat. Such a guru should be rejected. There are procedures for rejecting the guru. There are processes you should pass through. If there is no change, then rejection of guru. And you take re-initiation from somebody who is in good standing. So, I read it again. If the guru becomes attached to sense gratification, loses his sense of duty, and follows a degraded path, a path other than devotional service to the Lord, he should be rejected. This is a quotation from the Mahabharata, Udyoga Hava, 179. Okay? You heard that? Now I read another say, by mistake, you have come to a rascal, you can reject him. Before you can call him a rascal, there are certain things he must do that contradicts the practice of devotional service before you can consider somebody a rascal. Let us read. Even though somebody by mistake has gone to a rascal, the book is there. As soon as you find out, here is a rascal who does not know anything about Krishna, and have come to him, reject him. That is stated in the Shastra. Guru api avaliptasya Guru api avalitasya karya ajanataha. Parityago vidyate. Even by mistake, you have come to the rascal who does not know how to become guru. You can reject him. Why should you stick to him? Reject him. So if it is proven that a guru is not following, somebody like that, a guru is not following, and there are evidences, you can reject such a guru. Okay? Yeah. Ordinarily, to reject a guru who is following, who is doing everything right, is an offense, very serious offense with serious consequences. You don't reject a guru, is not shaliwati where you put your leg there. That's why we say you have to take time to study the character of somebody you want to take shelter from. Take time to study the character of the person. Because once you take a guru, you don't reject. You don't implicate yourself in rejecting a guru. It's a big offense. Especially if the guru is in good standing. Why should you reject him? Okay. Having said that, this topic is not very long. And it's not a topic that we like to dwell on for long because it's a dangerous topic. So let us go ahead. How does ISKCON protect disciples in case of a guru who proves himself unworthy of the position? How does ISKCON protect? It is not the disciple that is falling. The guru that is now falling. So how does ISKCON protects the disciples of such a guru? How does ISKCON protect the disciples of, yes, Hare Krishna?
Please, my humble obeisance.
Haribo.
Please, I wanted to know what page is that?
In the book, that is page 54.
Oh, okay.
5-4.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. So how does ISKCON protect disciples in case of a guru who proves himself unworthy of the position? Oh, yeah, talk, respond to this. In what ways can ISKCON protect the disciples of such a guru who has problem? Oh. We don't want to dwell too much on this topic, but we're asking you questions. There are other gurus who are in good standing. Okay? There are other gurus who are in good standing. And these gurus are still available in ISKCON. They are available for you. If your guru proves to not be in good standing, and it is obvious and proven that your guru is acting in violation of the principles of the wisdom service, so the guru can be given up. But then there are other gurus that are in good standing that you can take shelter of. Alternatively, then it will mean there is an arrangement by ISKCON to protect the disciples of gurus who deviate. And the other gurus are actually available. And it is like there is an arrangement, there is GBC Devotees Care Arrangement. The ISKCON Governing Body Commission has a devotee care arrangement whereby disciples of a guru who happen to deviate are accommodated, yes, and guided to remain loyal to the Prabhupada. Yes. And that is one of the reasons why ISKCON is always highlighting the position of Srila Prabhupada. That if in case such a thing happens, you still take shelter of Srila Prabhupada. You can recite Srila Prabhupada's pranam. You stop reciting the pranam of such a guru and you continue to recite the pranam of Srila Prabhupada. And you study Srila Prabhupada books, that is also taking shelter. Then you get the association and protection of other gurus, then other senior devotees. In this way, the institution Krishna Consciousness has provided for accommodating disciples of such a guru who deviates. The example is simple. If you have a socket where if there are about 3-4 sockets in a room, and you choose to be plugging your phones or your gadgets to one of the sockets. And if this socket eventually has a problem, develops problems, what do? You just abandon that spoiled socket. Then you go and plug your gadgets into the functioning sockets. So there are gurus who are available, and they are made available by the structure of ISKCON. And the provision and approval is given that if verifiable negative conducts are detected and confirmed, verified with evidence, then a devotee can give up, a disciple can give up such a guru. We don't pray for it, but in case it happens, immediately you can withdraw from accepting such a person, and there are other gurus in good standing, can take shelter of them. This is the arrangement of the whole structure. Okay? Spoil socket, abandoned. Working socket, used. You got it? Short. Okay? Then ISKCON is always highlighting Srila Prabhupada's position so that devotees can always take shelter as Srila Prabhupada is available. Okay? And taking shelter of another guru means reinitiation. You will not continue with the initiation of the guru is falling because the bond is broken. So taking another guru means you take reinitiation. That guru can change your name. The new guru can change your name and give you a name different from what you had before. So this is accepted. Reinitiation. This is an arrangement by the institution. So ISKCON as an institution has made that provision available. The provision of reinitiation. Okay, this is how to accommodate the disciples of a guru who happens to deviate. Okay, if one socket you have been using develops some faults, become non-functional, you can plug your gadgets into another socket that is working. This is the principle of reinitiation provided by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. That means proactively they were able to envisage that things like that may happen. Then they have instituted some mechanisms to accommodate the disciples of such a guru. Just like a government made arrangement for a prison house while expecting the citizens to be law-abiding. He's expecting the citizens to be law-abiding. Meanwhile, he has provided for a prison house where anybody who deviates will immediately be taken there. So this is it. Is it not beautiful? It's proactive. Okay? It's proactive. Immediately, the opportunity is given for reinitiation after confirming. Now, there are some procedures for lodging concerns. There are some procedure for lodging concerns regarding guru. If you suspect that a guru is behaving in a way that is adverse or contrary to the standard principles of Krishna consciousness, then there is a system, a procedure, a method that you are recommended to follow. So it just happened that a disciple witnessed that his guru has deviated or is deviating and is swimming in the ocean of sense gratification. Then the disciple may consult. A disciple may consult the temple and the GBC authorities. That's one way. He consults with the temple and the GBC authorities, tell the GBC. He first hint the temple president, look at what I'm seeing. This thing is too much for me, but I'm seeing that this our guru is doing like this, doing like this, doing like this. I saw him do like this. President said, are you sure? Or you are speculating and you want to implicate me? He said, no, I'm sure. Look at evidences. You saw the evidences. And you see. Then, okay, then we'll see what to do. You don't worry because you just keep on doing your service. We'll take care of it. Then the temple authorities immediately report the matter to the GBC. The GBC will now take care of the matter. They will call the person in question and interrogate the person. And they will find out facts. And they come to pick evidences. Then it is confirmed. They should also consult with their Siksha gurus. Yes, the Siksha gurus are more like the temple presidents and administrative heads of senior devotees. They can consult with them. And also there is a platform called ISKCON Resolve. ISKCON Resolve. That is a conflict resolution platform, official conflict resolution platform in ISKCON. You can lodge your complaint there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, please, what we are discussing now and what you are saying, I think reporting your guru can cause a very dangerous or you can put yourself into a very big trouble. Like from the way I'm looking at things, like reporting your guru for maybe something you have seen, and like the way you said, maybe you see your guru in a manner which is not pleasant to ISKCON regulations, and then you go and report your guru to the temple president or the GBC committee. Once you go and report, and then they ask you with an evidence, some of the evidence can be you don't always have evidence like video, pictures, and other things, but there's some of the evidences is what you have seen, and then when they ask you with an evidence like that, and it is what you have seen, you have nothing to prove than to tell them the truth, what exactly you see. And when your guru denies the fact, it's going to cause a very big harm to you, the disciple, and
That is
your
why you should capture the scene. That's why you have gadgets. You can capture the scenario, capture the video, or make a picture. Because it's not just something you see once. If you have seen it, you also strategize to see more of it when you are there. And if you are able to see and you capture that becomes the evidence, verifiable evidence, substantial evidence. If it is just with your eyes, you see and you go and talk, everybody will think that you actually lie. And unless the guru himself is very sincere, you say, yes, what he's saying is true. So
but
when you see
Krishna, Prabhu, but you see, Krishna knows you are saying the truth.
yes.
Apart from the guy, the Krishna knows you are speaking the truth. What you saw with your eyes is exactly
Yes,
what you are saying.
Yes, but immediately, for technical reasons, you need to have evidence. You need to capture the scenario so that you will not be seen as you are speculating or you are trying to implicate your guru, your superior. You see, you capture it. Seeing it is not enough. Capture it. Let there be evidence. Okay? Krishna arranges for you to see so that that person can be helped. You're talking about it to the appropriate authority is Krishna's arrangement to help that person. That means the person has to practice humility. He should be ready to take responsibility for what he has done. If he denies after being seen, it complicates the matters because the reaction is directly proportional to the weight of the person. If a Bhakta does something deviating, the weight is not so high because after all, it's just coming from the material world. But if an initiated devotee does the same thing, the weight is heavier. When a sannyasi does the same thing, the weight is still heavier. And when a guru does that thing, the weight is heaviest. Heavy weight. Reaction. Okay? So if things like that happen, you should have your evidence. It's a way of helping the person in question also. Because the higher devotees, they have more sophisticated tests. Just like if you are in the university and you are writing a calculus exam, or even before that, you are writing something on polynomials or dy dx. It is more complex than what people know in the essence, quadratics and simultaneous equations. This other one is more complex. So the higher you go, the more complex your test. Therefore, when this thing happens to the guru, you don't laugh. If something like that happens, though it doesn't happen all the time, once in a while it can happen. You see, but if it happens, don't laugh at the guru. The test is facing is higher than the test you are facing. So if you happen to fall, that means Krishna is giving you a sign that even gurus we fall if they don't hold on to the regulatory principle, if they don't chant their rhymes, and if they don't read the scriptures, if they don't associate with devotees, if they are not eating prasadam, instead they eat boga, if they are doing all this, they can fall. So if guru can fall, what about you? So you have to take this process seriously. Anyone who takes the medicine can be cured. Anyone who neglects the medicine can have the negative consequence of neglecting the medicine. So it's a teaching. Krishna is reaching us indirectly, using that person as an example.
If your guru is very powerful, he's going to test your life forever.
A true guru does not threaten his disciples. He focuses more on showing by example. So if something like that happens also, it's an opportunity for him to show by example that if something like this happens, you have to take a humble position. So you are removed from being a guru until we observe that your situation is rectified. Yeah, that can take some years. You can be suspended from being a guru. You have to receive it. If you are ready to take responsibility and want to rectify it, you will receive the punishment that follows. Because the GBC body is there to discipline anybody. Nobody is above the system. So if you are in high position, you deviate. There is still people on that high position who will take action against you. And when they take that action, receive it in a humble frame of mind. That means you are ready to rectify. Then when they observe, and within the time frame given to you, you have rectified your consciousness, they will know what to do. They will gradually reintegrate They might not give you guruship now, but you'll be reinstated. And after some time, after some years that you were consistently reinstated, then you can still regain your guruship. But it will take you longer time to come there because what they have experienced also, we tell them that they have to be careful. So be ready to take responsibility. This is not what happens. What happens is only 10%. How you react to what happens is 90%. Life is only 10% of what happens and 90% of how you react. So if you have gone deviating, you should be ready to take responsibility by reacting maturely. By your reaction, let your reaction itself be an example for others. Then we can refer to you in the future when we are preaching. When this same thing that is happening to you happened to so person, so time, this is how he reacted, and everybody glorified it. So you're reacting this way, not taking responsibility, means you are not ready for purification. Then they use it to preach. They make that refer to that person as a positive example now. So this is it. It's as serious as that. So when things like that happen, you can relate it to your temple authorities, the GBC authorities. You can relate it to your Shiksha gurus because you want to protect your own devotional service also at this point. The person you have taken as topmost as your guide is deviating. So what is the hope for you? So other people have to give you shelter and say, look at those who are standing. If this has happened, then you look up to those who are standing. Despite the temptations, they are still standing. So look up to them. Then they give you the association, you hear more lectures of Srila Prabhupada, they encourage you to read more Srila Prabhupada books, chant more rounds so that you can cleanse yourself, your consciousness. You can also finally report to ISKCON Resolve. This is a conflict resolution body in ISKCON. They are established to resolve conflicts in ISKCON. So they will help to attend to very delicate matters and still protect the disciples of such a guru by giving them the right association, right engagement. Okay? So that is it.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And sometimes somebody wants to become more careful, he can just write an anonymous letter to his Shiksha gurus. Or if the person doesn't want to be seen as the person who reported, you can write an anonymous letter. You write a letter where you don't put your name and put it in the place where those who you want to see it will see the letter. They will read it as a certain happen. Then they start making their investigation. If you want to save your head, you can do like that. But here is also a question that sometimes a guru is in good standing, but the disciple has some false ego, big false ego. So such a disciple, can he reject his guru? Your guru has not fallen, but the disciple has some big false ego that he doesn't want to subordinate himself to anybody. Can such a person reject his guru? The answer is no. It is your own whimsicality that is haunting you. Not that guru has fallen. Guru has not fallen, but you are not able to subordinate yourself for control. You are not ready to be disciplined to become a disciple. So, no. The answer is no. You cannot reject your guru based on your own whimsical way of life. You want to remain whimsical, so you reject your guru. Your guru is trying to regulate you. Then you reject the guru. It's not accepted. There are negative, terrible consequences if somebody tries to do that. Okay. Okay, let us read this. Can you read the comment on page 55 under the Temple and GBC Authority, Shiksha Gurus and ISKCON Resolve, starting with, if you give up the company. Can you read it, please?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yeah. Temple and GBC Authority, Shiksha Guru, ISKCON Resolve. If you give up the company of spiritual master, that is not good for you. But when one leaves a spiritual master, the spiritual master, there may be some reason. That reason is also given in the Shastra. Guru Api, Avali Pastya, Kaya Kayam, Ajanata, Kaya Kaya Achaya. If the spiritual master does not know what is actually to be done, what is actually not to be done, and he acts against the rules and regulations of the Shastra, then such spiritual master may be given up. But so long you do not find the spiritual master is doing against the principles of Shastra or Guru, then if you give up the company of spiritual master, that is not good for you. That is your downfall.
Okay.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1:16-36.
Read the next one also.
Okay. As long as your mantra guru is present, you cannot go elsewhere. One day, Sriya Gadahara Pandita revealed to the Lord his reason for wanting reinitiation. He said, I have revealed my Easter mantra, the mantra of one's worshipable deity, that I received from my guru to an undeserving person. And since then, my mind is disturbed. My Lord, you kindly reinitiate my Lord, you kindly reinitiate me with the same Easter mantra. Then my mind will become jubilant again. The Lord replied, be very careful that you do not commit any offenses to your guru, the one who instructed you on the Easter mantra. As long as your mantra guru is present, you cannot go elsewhere or even come to me. This would jeopardize the spiritual life of both you and me.
Okay. As long as your mantra guru is present, you cannot go elsewhere or even come to him. That this will jeopardize the spiritual life of both you and me. If a guru is not falling and a disciple, whimsical disciple, decide to give up that guru, anybody who accepts us as a disciple also is implicated. You see, therefore, it is not encouraged, it is not accepted. Then, Buddhi Kalusitas Tena, Duratmian Prakriti Kritam, Guru Yena Parityaktas Tena Tyakta Purahari. One pollutes his own intelligence and exhibits severe weakness of character when he rejects his own spiritual master. Indeed, such a person has already rejected the Supreme Lord Hari. So you don't reject a guru whimsically. If you do that, the consequences are horrendous. So we should learn from this and not give up our gurus. Guru is not a chaliwate that you put your leg today, you remove it the next minute, you come and put again, you remove. Before again, make up your mind that you want to be a devotee, and then you take a guru, you don't give up. That's why we want devotees to be careful when selecting a guru. Don't select a guru because your friend is a disciple of a particular guru. Don't select a guru because the way the guru smiles is so captivating. Don't select a guru because the guru dresses so nicely. These are external reasons. They don't endure. These reasons don't last. My guru has a lot of disciples in Australia. If I become a disciple, he will connect me to those disciples, then I can do business there. These are wrong reasons. The true good reasons for you to take a guru is that the person's conduct, devotional conduct, inspires you the most. That's why you have to test. Ask questions. Let the guru answer your questions, clear your doubt. You should have the ability to clear your doubt by a strong sastric presentation. And his life should be exemplary. These are the things that should attract you to wanting to take a particular guru, and not otherwise, and not other considerations. Okay, having said that, we want to ask, what are some ways a disciple can continue in case his guru has this problem of falling down? What are some ways a disciple can still continue in devotional service and remain fixed for the Prabhupada? What are some ways a guru can remain fixed, a disciple can remain fixed? What should a guru do, a disciple do, in order to continue Krishna consciousness in good faith even after the falling of his guru? See,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
A disciple can be chanting Srila Prabhupada's mantra, Prana mantra, and also engage himself more in devotional service to still remain.
Yes. And continue to read Srila Prabhupada's books, scrutinizingly. And continue to hear lectures by Srila Prabhupada and other gurus. Continue to follow his vows. That disciple should continue to follow his vows. He should not give up his vows because his guru has fallen. That is not a criteria for you to give up your vows. If a guru falls or has a problem like that, you should continue to follow the vows. And that's how to remain. Because as long as you are following the vows, the potency of the movement will protect you. But if you don't follow, then you are in trouble. See, after all, my guru has fallen. Who am I? So you will not follow. Guru has fallen. No. Okay. Are there some questions or commentaries on these points? So please, you should read the appendices, okay? The appendices are towards the end. Each of the topics we are discussing, there are additional points that are in the appendices. Okay? There are additional points. You should go and scrutinize and read the appendices. And in this case, you go and read Appendix 7. You will see all the additional points on the topics we have covered, including this. So, listen, if you go to page 83 of the appendix, or page 83 of the book, in Appendix 7, you will see something. Or even start from 82. Principles being introduced, education of Guru's disciple. It is the responsibility of the spiritual masters within ISKCON to help every one of their disciples clearly understand the following. 1. The spiritual master draws his authority from the fidelity of Srila Prabhupada. This includes fidelity to Srila Prabhupada's order to work within its mission, ISKCON. The spiritual master is a member of ISKCON and as such is accountable to the collective will of its leadership, the GBC body. That the spiritual master does not derive any specific right or prerogative over ISKCON resources simply by dint of him being a spiritual master. Moreover, the spiritual master should not misuse the rights and prerogatives over his disciples. The disciples follow their ISKCON authorities in the same way that all initiating and instructing spiritual masters set an example following their own gurus. Disciples, there is too much noise there. There is too much noise. To mute. Disciples have the essential task of surrendering to Krishna through the spiritual master. And included within this task is recognizing and respecting other superiors within ISKCON management who are helping them in their process of spiritual progress. Spiritually mature managers may be the main Siksha gurus for devotees who are not their initiated disciples. And such relationships are to be fully encouraged by the initiated spiritual masters. The conduct of gurus. Moreover, to show respect towards the managerial line of authority and to help nurture and protect managers, faith in the spiritual line of authority, every spiritual master should, one, when first visiting or preferably before arriving at a recognized ISKCON temple or preaching center, ask the local managers how he, the spiritual master, may serve the yatra during his visit, rather than the spiritual master only pursuing his own agenda. Two, before planning to visit a zone or region where there is no local temple or preaching center, first ask the zonal GBC if there is a vision local leaders have for the place or region which he, the spiritual master, could serve. Then three, if there is a disagreement in terms of managerial decisions, do his best to cooperate with the relevant authority. If no agreement can be reached, then the spiritual master should defer to the decision of the relevant authority with the option of appealing to higher authorities if necessary. Anyway, so you should please go and read the appendices. They are loaded. So many things are there. And on this note, we bring this lecture to a closure. There are some questions or commentaries. This is not a topic we should linger on for long. We have to treat it sharp and move ahead. There are some questions or commentaries on this point, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribol.
I have a question, Prabhu.
Yeah, carry on.
If a guru leaves an instruction for the disciple before falling, is it compulsory to follow the fallen guru instruction?
If the instruction is not contrary to our Vaishnava principles, that is exactly why we say even when if a guru has such problem, you should continue to follow the regulative principles. If he's not instructing you to break the principles, follow that instruction. Okay? Don't immediately condemn him in your mind. Don't celebrate that he's not worthy of being a spiritual master. So all the positive instruction, I told you to study the books. So I will not study the books. The one giving me this instruction is falling. No. If he tells you to chant your rounds, you cannot say, oh, I will not chant my rounds because he's falling. Or he said, don't come in resistance. I will come in resistance because it's falling. You don't do like that. You continue to follow the instructions, provided they are in conformity with our regulative principles. It's called regulative principles. That is your security. That is your ticket for continuing to be a devotee, despite the calamity or situation of a guru deviating. Understand?
It's okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So, any other question? I'm still in Lagos, Nigeria, and yes, I will manage to do the next class also. There will be class on Friday. We'll see how the atmosphere will be, but there will be class on Friday. And there will be more devotees in Lagos, so but then we'll try and do class on Friday. We don't need to wait anymore. We're supposed to have finished this course by now, but because of my travels and areas I find myself, we'll be postponing the classes. That's why we are still on it. But today we are through with this particular topic, and we're going to continue from there. Lesson 12 in our next class. Lesson 12. We'll continue from lesson 12 in our next class. So go and read ahead, lesson 12, so that when we meet, we can be active. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So thank you very much. Can we close today? It's confirmed that Charya Sila AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
We end the class. Hare Krishna.
Please, my humble appeal is that sometimes when we have lectures and then class will come on, we can be updated very early in the day so that everybody will prepare. So whatever activity the person has, the person knows that during the evening time there is going to be class.
Okay. We'll do that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for that suggestion. We'll take it up. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Yeah, it's confirmed that Charya Sila AC Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Good.